Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
And now, stop me if you've heard this before on the Toddcast podcast.
I've told this story before, but it's a good one. I met Theory of a Deadman's bassist while playing around at the Q&E Pitch and Putt in Vancouver. I was golfing with a friend, and we got paired up with Dean and his then-girlfriend, his now wife, Stacy. And a few holes in, he goes, "Hey, are you Todd Hancock from Sea Fox?" He recognized my voice. He says, "Listen, I'm in a new cool rock band, and I should go back with my buddy after the round and have a listen to their debut before it gets released." I asked my friend, "Are you into it?" He was. We went over to the original drummer of the band, Tim Hart's place. The band also came over, and we all listened to the debut together. And of course, I was blown away. We all know how good it is today. Since that day, I've been good friends with Theory, have a band management company with their guitarist Dave Brenner, went down to LA to hang out with them for about a week or so when they were recording Scars and Souvenirs. I did a Vegas road trip with the boys. And of course, they're now huge. 9 top 10 singles, 4 have gone number 1. Great to get Dean on the cast talking about all sorts of things, from gambling on football and golf, meeting GNR's Duff McKagan, kind of, sort of, the albums that he would need if stranded on a deserted island, the shows that he was binge watching at the time. He shared a whitewater rafting near-death story, and stop me if you've heard this before, this is absolutely nuts. Dean shared the craziest thing that he's seen while out on tour.
Oh man, this goes back many years, but the craziest thing that happened on tour was we were touring around, and we were doing about, like, between shows, about 400 or 500 miles. We're traveling pretty quick. And the same fan was at all our shows. And we were like, this is weird. Like, how do you get to these places? You're coming to see us all these places. Like, oh, I'm just a huge fan. And so we took off again after our show late at night, 2 a.m. or whatever. And we were caravanning with our truck driver and another band. And this was in the middle of the night. We're all sleeping. We pull off to a truck stop to get gas, and our truck that was carrying the gear behind us radioed to our bus driver, "Stop! Someone just fell off your bus." What? And so she was riding between the trailer and the bus on the hitch, and that's how she was getting between the shows. What? So we had to leave her at this gas station, and she showed up to the show still the next day. And we had to call the police. And so that's one of the craziest experiences that we had on tour. Yeah.
Stop Me If You've Heard This Before on the Toddcast podcast is powered by the Homedwell Group. Buying a house? Selling your home? Contact Kyle at homedwell.ca today.
American history is full of infamous tales that continue to captivate audiences decades or even hundreds of years after they happened. On the Infamous America podcast, you'll hear the true stories of the Salem witch trials and the escape attempts from Alcatraz, of bank robbers like John Dillinger and Pretty Boy Floyd, of killers like Lizzie Borden and Charles Starkweather, of mysteries like the Black Dahlia and D.B. Cooper, and of events that inspired movies like Goodfellas, Killers of the Flower Moon, Zodiac, 8 Men Out, and many more. I'm Chris Wimmer. Join me as we crisscross the country from the Miami drug wars and Dixie Mafia in the South, to mobsters in Chicago and New York, to arsonists, kidnappers, and killers in California, to unsolved mysteries in the heartland and in remote corners of Alaska. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. Find Infamous America wherever you get your podcasts.
You might think you know fairy tales, and you might think that they are cute and sweet and boring. But the real Grimm fairy tales were not cute at all. They were very dark, and they were often very grim. On Grim, Grimmer, Grimmest, we tell a Grimm fairy tale to a bunch of kids. Perfect for car rides or screen-free entertainment, Grim, Grimmer, Grimmest activates kids' imaginations and instigates fun conversations. Because fairy tales speak to all of us at a very deep, primal level, and they raise interesting topics and questions that are worth chewing over together as a family. Every episode is rated Grim, Grimmer, or Grimmest, so you, your kids, your whole family can choose what is the right level of grim for you. Though, if you're listening with Grandma, she's just gonna go for Grimmest. Trust me on this one. Tune in to Grim, Grimmer, Grimmest, and our new season, available now.
Can you actually change your personality if you want to? How does peer pressure work, and why is it so powerful? Should you ever really trust your gut when you make a big decision? These are just a few of the topics we've recently covered on my podcast, Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and each episode of Something You Should Know covers multiple topics that are likely relevant to you. You'll discover things you can use in your life today, right now, like how to have a great conversation, how to be more courageous, the anatomy of the perfect apology, and much, much more. To date, there are over 1,000 episodes of Something You Should Know, and we've gotten over 4,000 mostly 5-star reviews. I invite you to check out Something You Should Know. Look for the bright yellow light bulb on the blue background. Something You Should Know, wherever you listen to podcasts.